Hello, my name is Rhea, and welcome to Loch Crystallo. This was made by Chris Gray. It's part of the Screamless Jam. I've been going through a couple of games for this. Okay, tutorial. Welcome to Loch Crystallo, a freshwater loch where many different kinds of fish live, whether you would expect them here or not. The object of the game is to catch as many fish as possible within 10 turns and get them to sign your journal to prove you caught them. Each time you cast your line, this counts as a turn. Some fish will happily sign your book, but others will ask you riddles before they're willing to do so. To answer the riddle, select the correct answer from the particularly obscure options. Fishing is a waiting game. When waiting for bites, your fisher will take some time to think about things. Press space to progress through these thoughts. Cool, okay. Let's cast. Perhaps it's always been this way, and I've just been ignorant to it. But at some point, over the last decade or so, I feel like the world left me behind. I guess my generation isn't the first to feel this way. But I have to admit, I didn't think it happened to me so soon. It seems like all the time there's something new to keep up with. The world just seems to spin faster and faster every day. Everywhere is crowded. It's becoming really claustrophobic out there. I agree. But then out here on the lake, it's like time slows back down. It's one of the few places I can think of these days where it's actually quiet. I can actually hear myself think. It doesn't even matter how many fish I catch, because to me, that's not what it's about. After all, there's a reason it's called fishing, not catching. Isn't there? I guess I never thought of that. What would I get? Goldfish. Look how cute he is. Oh no, please, throw me back. I don't want to live the rest of my life in a bowl. I don't want to keep you. I just want your signature. Oh God, what a relief. A lot of my kind are being captured and stuffed into bowls lately. What a horrible fate. Thanks for not being like those people. I'll happily sign your book. Oh, good. Goldfish can recognize you, even learn tricks. They're way smarter than we give them credit for. Really? Okay. Okay, cast a line. Oh, choose arrows. I don't need my... Oh, arrows. Cast line. I've been fishing maybe 2 or 3 times in my life, and it is very, very relaxing. There's a famous belief that dogs can only see the world in black and white. But new research says that they are simply just red-green colorblind. I knew that. This is because their eyes only have 2 color receptors, whereas humans have 3. They see colors, but not as many as the average human does. Just as we can see more colors than dogs, bees and butterflies with their 4 color receptors can see even more colors than we can. Some creatures such as the mantis shrimp even have up to 16 color receptors. I wonder, like seeing like that. There's so much color around us that we cannot see, as our eyes are incapable of doing so. I've tried to imagine what these colors might look like, but it just gives me a headache. It is impossible to imagine something completely outside of your own experience. Because of this, we don't even have a foundation to begin imagining a new color. Ooh. What'd I get? Salmon! Let's make this quick. I was about to take a shower. What? You live in the water. What is always in front of you, but you can't see it? Your eyes? I guess I'll just guess this one. Sorry, that's not it. I was looking for future. Oh, that's true. Now I'm off for a shower. What's that? Why would a fish take a shower? Yeah, I don't know, because I'm not a tramp. Right. Sorry. Right. I lost that fish. Whenever I was sick off school, I'd be sent to stay with my grandparents for the day. These are my strongest memories of my grandfather. He'd do things like hand me a jigsaw puzzle, and then he'd purposely taken a few pieces out beforehand. Then, when I get to the end and complain, he would say, well, that's just life. You don't always get all the pieces. Then my grandma would yell at him for doing it. Other times, he'd sit me down with a pile of rolling tobacco and have me roll him a pile of cigarettes. I could roll an absolute banger cig at like 8 years old, thanks to him. I know, you're probably thinking he sounds terrible from listening to all this, but he wasn't. He'd take us, me and my cousins, on trips our parents couldn't, and always took an interest in the things we liked. Like when I was little, I was into trains. So as a day out, we'd just go on a train and ride it around. We weren't going anywhere. The journey was all it was. Thought it was awesome. But nowadays, trains just stress me out. I've never been on a train. I've always wanted to. Hello. You probably know how this works by now. What is a fighter's favorite drink? Nah, the answer I was after is punch. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, I'm so bad at this. I only got the first one because I was nice to a goldfish. I often wonder where all the memories go when I forget them. They're obviously still in there because I can eventually be reminded of them, but they're just inaccessible. It's worse when you can remember that there was something you needed to remember, but not what it actually was. Your brain teases you with little details that you can't quite nail down. It's like some kind of cruel joke. I read this thing that said whenever we remember something, what we're actually recalling is just the last time we remembered it. So in a sense of remembering something a lot, it degrades in memory, sort of like wearing out a videotape. I don't know if this is true or not. I have to admit that brain science isn't exactly my field, but it would explain why my memories have become distorted over time. Oh, got a fish. Found fish, oh no. Hello, sorry, I'm a little busy right now working on my material. Can't talk. Unless you want to help me. Know any good jokes I can use? Why do ducks have feathers? Cover their ass quacks. That's a good one, thanks. I love that. I got one, finally. Despite the name, they're not very funny or scary for that matter. Yeah. I used to have this friend. She was an international student studying in my city. We were very close until one day she announced she would be returning to her home country. It was a surprise, but part of life is saying goodbye to people we're close to, often all of a sudden. I've since tried to track my friend down, but they aren't on social media, and I don't really have any idea what city she's currently in, so the search turned up nothing. But in the end, I guess it doesn't matter where she is right now. What matters is if friendship happened at all. Even though I think it's okay that friendships sometimes end, I still often find myself thinking about different people I used to know. Ones I wish I was still in touch with. We've grown apart now, and that's okay, but I do think about these people, and I wonder if they still think of me. I wonder that, too. Anchovy. Hi, how you doing? I suppose you want me to sign your book, right? Well, okay, then here's the riddle. Where does tomorrow come before yesterday? I have no idea. Oh. Where does tomorrow come before yesterday? I don't know. Wrong. Correct answer was dictionary. Oh, that makes sense. Nice try, though. Maybe next time. Oh, not. All right, another one. My friend once asked me, do you ever think about whether you're wasting your life but you don't even realize it? He was worried, for example, that he might be working in one job when there could be another career he'd enjoy a lot more that he'd never considered for himself. And there could be a passions he hadn't discovered, or a best friend he'll never have the opportunity to meet. I understand where he's coming from, but I don't think that's necessarily the way to look at it. Perhaps there's something out there I'm missing out on currently, but at least it's still there for me to find. I think it'd get pretty boring if I'd seen it all. Towards the end of his time, my grandfather once told me that the most important thing in life is to keep a sense of wonder, because if you lose that, there really isn't a whole lot left. It's true. I find things all the time that I didn't realize that I would love that I, just end up loving. Nyan, who are you and why are you interrupting my nap? Oh, you want my signature, do you? Well, fair enough. Just stop disturbing me. Oh, easy enough. Their distinctive telescope eyes are actually something of a hindrance. They make it... Oh, I was reading that. They make it a little hard to see where you're going. I bet. Alright, spit some more facts to me. Since when did temporary become synonymous with meaningless? My life isn't going to be written about in any of the history books. And best case scenario, I'll probably only have a couple decades lingering in living memory after I die, and yet I still find meaning in my life. When we think about meaning, I think we tend to overcomplicate it. If you start pulling back and considering your place in a wider universe, you'll never figure it out. But if you stop and zoom back in on the things around you, things start to make a lot more sense. I find meaning in my work, my hobbies, my family, my friends. These things only really matter to me and my corner, but that's okay. I'm grateful to have them all. At the end of the day, the world is eventually going to end whether we like it or not. So doesn't that mean it's all temporary and by extension all equal? I'm okay with that. Let's just enjoy it. That is a great way to think of things. Oh, these fish hooks really sting. You ready for my riddle? What is the biggest kind of ant? I don't know. Elephant. Oh, I guessed it. You got it. That was a tricky one too. Nice job. Cool, cool. Just to clarify, this is a fish, not an instrument. You wouldn't believe how often people ask. Look how cute his signature is. Alright, I need some more facts, man. I need some more inspiration. Sometimes I think about all the major events of my life in order, trying to the best of my recollection. Even if it's just abroad, I was living in this house, or I had school teacher that year. It's like making a little movie for your life. It's interesting to trace how I went from one thing to another. It feels like such a long time, but when you break it down like this, it looks incredibly small. In an odd way, it helps me when I feel like I'm losing my way in life. It's like a recalibration. I don't know, my lines with lines have been pretty straight. Like, I haven't done a lot of moving around. Well, I guess I kind of have. Oh, I was so excited to see you. I forgot I didn't read that. How many months have 28 days? 1. All of them. 12. That's right. That was an easy one. It was an easy one. I knew that one, huh? Yes, that's right. Even swordfish are known to swim in Loch Crystallo. I've thought a lot about it, and I actually think of the idea of an afterlife is scarier than just ceasing to exist. Imagine if everyone became a ghost when they die. It'd be a shoulder-to-shoulder ghost everywhere you go. And then you're told about heaven, and it's supposed to be like this ultimate reward for having lived a good life. But to me, the whole idea is terrifying. To experience consciousness for all eternity, I don't care how blissful it is. Eternity is an unimaginably long time to exist. And without any troubles to create a balance, surely the pleasure would quickly become mundane. My signature, could it be? Are you one of my fans? A huge fan. Amazing! I don't meet many fans these days, but I'm not much of a star anymore. This is so exciting. Tell me, which of my movies is your favorite? The one when you're in the villain's even later. That's my favorite too. Pass your book this way and I'll give you my autograph. Okay, good. I didn't think the other one seemed appropriate. Piranhas have a bit of a bad reputation for eating people, but they usually just stick to a diet of fish, insects, and plants. I only have 1 turn left. I caught 6, maybe 7, so it's not awful. I'd like to add that whilst the idea of eternity frightens me, I do believe that we ultimately exist forever. But due to the nature of existence, we aren't able to perceive this. If energy can neither be created nor destroyed, then the energy that makes us always exist. If time is infinite, and then I think that means our energy will become together again as other people, other beings. I guess the issue is without a brain to experience our times of non-existence, we cannot be aware of them, just as we need to leave behind our memories of previous lives. If we came from the void once, who's to say we can't come back from it again? Who's to say this is only the first time we've done it? I'm happy to exist forever if I don't have to be conscious of the fact. Yeah, that's true. I never thought of, like, well, I've thought about it before, but, like, heaven, it's real. How is that? Like, could you just choose to turn off your brain? And ghosts, that would be bad. Be ghosts everywhere. How do? Ready for a riddle? What can you put in a vase but never take back out? It's not water. I think that's what that is. Whatever this is. I was looking for crack. Oh, sorry, friend. See you later. Well, I tried. I've been out here a while now. Probably best to start heading back. Today I managed to get a signature of 6 different fish. That's certainly not my worst result. Thank you for playing Loch Crystallo, created by Chris Gray in 2023 for Screamless Jam 2023. That was awesome. That was fun. I'm not going to play it again. I'm not going to see what happens if you get all the other things. But the insights, the life knowledge, you know, that was really, really good. I recommend everyone give this game a play and see what you can do. Just, you know, enjoy it, have fun. I'll leave it linked down in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Rhea, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.